Hmm. Hmm. Checkmate with rook supported by the bishop. Damn, you got me. You should have developed that bishop to castle early, you know. Anyway, how's that animation channel of yours? Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna stop. Oh really? Why? I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me. People keep saying I should be more realistic. Realistic? I've heard that one before. I get why that would make you worry a lot, but I don't think being realistic is supposed to kill your dreams, though. If anything, it's supposed to help you build your way towards it. But hasn't it always meant the opposite? I don't think so. It's just used that way a lot of times. Used how? Like, instead of asking, how could this work? It just shuts things down with it won't. Being realistic isn't supposed to be a conclusion. It's supposed to be a direction. A strategy. A strategy? Yeah. A dream stays dream if nothing gets built from them. At some point, it has to turn into something you can actually do, and that's where being realistic can help. Breaking it into steps that make sense for where you are right now. So, have you thought about what that might look like for you? Well, it'd be nice to get monetized. Maybe earn something from it. That's a good direction. Maybe we can make it a bit more concrete. Like how? Well, monetize means hitting certain numbers, right? Subscribers, watch hours, views. So maybe instead of it'd be nice, you could think about what kind of progress you actually want to reach first. Okay, but it's hard for me to upload consistently. Well, consistency is hard. So start with something small, something you can actually stick with. Like a schedule? Yeah, something realistic for you. Instead of making 10 shorts animation in a week, how about you make 2 shorts a week and 1 bigger animation in 1 month? That actually sounds doable. Then that's enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. What if it doesn't work? Then you change the approach, not the goal. Okay, but I still need money, like actual money. In that case, how about a job that simply works? Works? You know, something that pays the bills, but still leaves you enough time and energy to keep creating. Because if you want to live your dream, you have to stay alive. And I hope that your dream can also support you someday. That makes sense. Also, thanks. But there are so many options. Copywriting, teaching, marketing. What if I pick the wrong one? You probably will. That's not reassuring. What I mean is, it doesn't have to be the right one forever. You're just choosing what works for now. Most people don't find the right path immediately. They just find a path that keeps them moving. So it's okay if I'm still unsure? Yeah, you're not locking in your whole life, just your next move. Because most people get stuck trying to figure out the perfect path when they really need is a starting point. Well, at least that's what I've been telling myself. I'll try, but I guess it's just hard when people keep telling me to be realistic. Speaking of which, if being realistic is supposed to help, why does it always sound like giving up? Sometimes, people say be realistic because they're trying to protect you from the disappointment they experience themselves. They're trying to speak from their own fears rather than your situation. Not always, but it happens. Maybe, but even if they're wrong, I still don't know if this is worth pursuing. Sometimes, it feels like people look at this stuff and just see wasted times, like you're sitting around doing something useless. Yeah, because from the outside, they usually only see the part where nothing is working yet. I think the problem is when people mistake no visible result yet for no progress, especially with creative stuffs. But a lot of work looks invisible until one day it suddenly doesn't, and that slow progress is natural. Just don't let what they say overwhelm you. I see. I'll keep that in mind. Speaking about a job, I wish I could find one soon. Well, if it helps, I can look around with you. Thanks, man. I needed that. Don't mention it. Honestly, I think I'm lucky. I need money, but at least I'm not in a situation where my parents or family depend on me financially. Meanwhile, many people our age needed to fend for their families and unable to chase their dreams. Yeah, I consider it quite unfortunate. A lot of people our age don't really get the luxury to chase dreams for long, since they need to support their families or even just themselves if the money is tight. Some people have to work multiple jobs constantly, while others can't even risk changing jobs at all, just to stay afloat. And there are also those who can't even find a job at all. Not everyone gets the freedom to chase their dreams equally. However, that doesn't make their dreams meaningless. Do you think that maybe we could help them? Hey, that's a great idea. Maybe we could. However, we must help ourselves first. Well, I guess that's a realistic strategy. Hey, you get it. Hey Warren, What if you're wrong about all of the things you've said? Then I'm wrong. Not every choice gives you another move. However, I'd rather make the best possible move that I can rather than spend my whole life afraid to move at all.